Hey guys! So this video is going to be all about my tattoos, what they are, and the stories behind where and why I got them done. I currently have 6 tattoos. They are all on my legs and feet, and that doesn't mean that I don't plan on getting tattoos on my arms and the rest of me. It's just because when I started getting tattoos, I knew nothing about getting tattoos. I didn't know what would look good in what style and what colors and what size on what part of my body by which artist. So that's why I planned on saving my arms and neck for the right artist and the right idea. So of course, I plan on getting more tattoos, and I plan on keeping you guys updated in my Twitter and in more videos like this the more tattoos I get. So without any further ado, here are all my current tattoos. This was my first tattoo. They are the original 4 Pokeballs from Pokemon Red and Blue. So I got this tattoo when my good friend Ali Rhodes was touring the UK, linked to her lovely music in the description, and she wanted to get a tattoo to remember her first time in the UK, so we walked into a couple tattoo shops, booked an appointment for the next day, and I booked mine too. I was 20 at the time, and I'd been wanting a tattoo since I was like 10, so I definitely had ideas of what I wanted to get done, but nothing that I was like sure about, so I had one night to decide what I permanently wanted on my body. So I went back to my first love, Pokemon. I was obsessed with Pokemon. I loved the games, I loved the cards, I watched the TV show every morning before school. So I wanted to think of something that represented the original Red and Blue Pokemon games, so I chose the original 4 Pokeballs. And it fucking hurt, but I loved it. I just loved having them on my body, and it just like, it felt so right. I just wanted something for so long, and it was awesome, and I've just been hooked on them since then. My second tattoo was this guy right here, Tom Servo from the TV show Mystery Science Theater 3000. So I drove 4.5 hours each way to get this tattoo done. I liked the guy's work that much. So Ben, the guitarist in my band, and I drove up the night before, crashed in a travel lodge, and then 10 a.m. the next day I started getting tattooed. It took 5 hours, and then straight away I drove back 4.5 hours to Brighton, covered in my own blood, and oh my god, I was so tired and exhausted. But I love this tattoo. It means so much to me, and it represents so many things and reminds me of so many people in my life. The show Mystery Science Theater 3000 is my favorite show in the entire world. It was a small cult TV show from Minnesota, and my parents, being from Minnesota, had VHS tapes of the show and just kind of raised me on them since I was like 3 or 4. I can remember watching them in their old bedroom. But also, when I was 15 and 16, I had a band that we called Tom Servo after that character, and it really fondly reminds me of like getting into music more and like playing shows outside my school for the first time. But I think most of all, it reminds me of when I was 17 and 18, when I had this like small and amazing group of friends where we'd get together and just like watch Mystery Science Theater or riff tracks or just bad movies just to laugh at them and eat veggie burgers and play video games and just do fuck all. We just had an amazing time doing nothing together. So my third tattoo is my straight edge tattoo, the 2 big X's on my knees. I've been straight edge my whole life. I've never drunk alcohol, I've never done drugs, and I've really strongly identified with and claimed straight edge since the age of 15. I was dating a girl at the time whose sister was dating a guy who was straight edge and vegan, and he played bass in a hardcore band, and I just looked up to the dude endlessly. And I knew I didn't drink or do drugs, and that's what made me straight edge, but I didn't know about the history of straight edge and punk and hardcore music, and he's the guy that got me listening to like Have Heart and No Warning and Bane and stuff, and that's when I started feeling like cool and like accepted for being straight edge, and like it wasn't just, you know, a fault in my personality. So from then on, I've loved the idea of having a straight edge tattoo, specifically the big thick X's you see on guys' hands at hardcore shows, but I loved the idea of just having them on my knees, because since people just go, oh my fucking god, how bad did that hurt? And I always say, it really fucking hurt, especially because you can't like bend them when they're healing, so I just had like 3 weeks of agony. I love them though, and I love the fact that they were rushed in about 1 hour and 10 minutes before a tattoo shop closed, and I love the fact that they've become like my most recognizable, I think, tattoos. I mean, there's like a fan fiction about me called The Boy with the Knee Tattoos, look it up. But straight edge has meant so much to me growing up, because like I'd start going to parties from the age of like 13, and I wouldn't drink, I wouldn't do drugs, and I'd have a terrible fucking time listening to terrible fucking music. And then I found out about like these punks from the early 80s that felt the exact same way I did, and I finally felt accepted, and I felt like there was just this lifestyle for me that I didn't know about, and it just felt so empowering and so right for me. So my fourth tattoo was my little hugging emoticon thingies on the tops of my feet. These are the tattoos that I got done to remember this amazing and unbelievable journey that I've had because of YouTube. It's to remember every friend that I have because of YouTube, my girlfriend included, and it's to remember every opportunity that me and my band have had because of it, and it's to remember every subscriber and every follower that supported me on this surreal experience that I've been having for 5 years now. There's a very real possibility that this is the peak of everything I'll ever achieve as a musician and a YouTuber, and that's why I wanted to get these tattoos done during the excitement and uncertainty of all of this, so I never have to let that feeling go or forget it. It's just, attached to my body forever. So my 5th tattoo is the album artwork for Life and Dreaming by Hidden in Plain View. I love this band, and I've loved this album ever since it came out in 2005, and I love its artwork. It's just so beautiful and creepy. It's just rare that you love so many things about one band. Their lyrics, their artwork, the voices of both their singers, their drums, but oh my fucking god, their guitars have influenced me so much as a pop punk and alternative music musician. And my 6th and most recent tattoo is my Save the World, Get the Girl tattoo. I got Save the World, Get the Girl from a song by the King Blues. It's an awesome song with an awesome message, but I took the words and put a slightly different meaning behind it. So in this last year, I've been going through a lot of issues with myself as a person, and I've always been easily affected by stress, but never to the extent that I have been in this last year. And I always overthink absolutely every detail, and I'm so neurotic sometimes, worrying about absolutely everything all at once. And it's all made me think really seriously about life and death and what I want to achieve in this lifetime, and at the end of it, what's gonna make me the proudest person that I can be. And I think at the end of the day, above all else, I just want to be in love. I want to have a wife, and I want to have kids, and I want to have a family. And whether it's through music, or through making YouTube videos, or just through trying to be a kind person, I want to just try to make the world a better place to live in. I want to save the world and get the girl, and that's kind of the mantra that I've chosen to live my life by nowadays. And so anything else that runs me down in this lifetime is just trivial and insignificant, and I'm trying every day to remember that more and more, and to make myself a happier person. So there you go! I've talked you through the entirety of my current tattoos, what they are and what they mean. If you do like the way any of them have been done, I will leave the contact information of each tattoo artist in the description below. But that's it from me this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video if you did enjoy it, and please leave me some ideas in the comments for what you'd want to see next week. Thank you, I love you, bye!